Welcome back to the Road to 237. This is episode 22. This past week of training was a good one. Mixed things up in the training log a little bit, which you'll see mostly around one workout that I had planned for the week. Had planned some 400s, and I've been doing a lot of those recently, and so thought it would be fun to mix things up. Really good workout for a mile block to generate some extra power and mix things up with some hills. So it's been fun to do that. I think as I look at the rest of the season here in Columbus, there's just a few really good hills in the Grandview area, and I picked one of the more moderate ones to run up this past week, and so over time I can explore playing around and kind of going to some of those steeper hills to mix things up. So it was a fun workout, and there I've kind of given away a lot of what's going to be covered here on that particular day, but let's take a look at how the week went. Kicked off the week with an easy hour of running, just over 8 miles in, and a squirrel jumping on the trees overhead. It's gonna be a hot week in Columbus this week, easily up into the mid-90s throughout the day. So mornings hopefully will stay a little bit cooler. Today wasn't too bad. I got out nice and early, and I think honestly the next couple days are gonna be really early mornings for me too, just based on everything I've got going on work-wise and with the kids and family and everything. So they've got VBS this week, which will be fun for them. So just be prepared. Some of these videos may be recorded later in the day after the runs, because like I said, we've got a lot going on in the mornings, and I'm not sure that I'll have the time to give the recap right after the run. So all in all today, felt pretty good, a little bit sore. Again, probably a combination of the 3K from Saturday, as well as some weeding, which I'll call cross training from yesterday. So it'll be a hot week. Easy effort hour this morning. Got about 8.5 miles in. Misjudged the distance a little bit. Meant to be closer to 8, but got up nice and early to get this one in because it's going to be hot again today, but also have a doctor's appointment here this morning. So gonna go in, get a quick shower, head out to the physical. On today's run, I found a shiny penny. Workout recap right before I hop in the shower for the day here. So today I went down into Grandview and took advantage of some of the hills down there. Picked one of the more moderate hills. I think next time I'll maybe pick a bigger hill, but I originally was planning on doing 400s today and thought that some 1-minute hills might be fun instead. And they work really well in a mile training block. Hills are gonna generate power, which is what you need for a mile. So a nice little substitute and swap out there. So 10 by 1 minute hills with about double recovery. You just run up the hill and then jog back down nice and slow. Nice 3-mile warm up and 2.5-ish cool down for a total of 10 miles on the day.
Do I press the red button?
No, keep it as is, just like that. Ready? Okay. Easy, almost hour of running today. I did about 7.25. Just looking to keep things easy after the hill session yesterday and get some miles in for the week. Goal will be about 50 miles for the week. So again, a little bit of a...
Dad, do I have to get your feet?
No, you don't have to get my feet. Get a little bit of a deload in during the mile training block here. Got some great video help today from a couple of my kiddos here, so they're doing great. And yeah, all in all, it's hot and humid today, but we got the runs in. All right, because it's kind of a deload week here, focusing in on the mile block. Today was just under 4 miles. I wanted to do just 30 minutes, ended up a little bit over that, but I took my 4-year-old out in the stroller. She hasn't gotten to go for quite a while, so that was a ton of fun and mixed things up a little bit. And there was a little cul-de-sac area that she wanted to run down that extended us a little bit. Otherwise, I think we would have been right on 30 minutes. So all in all, nice fun run with her. I think the stroller was actually a really good call. It kept me slow and slower and honest. I ended up getting a quick lifting session in yesterday. I'm trying to get back on board with that since I've got a break in racing, and so I was pretty sore from that. And this was a good run to kind of loosen everything up, and easy miles and fun with the 4-year-old. It's Saturday morning and just got back from a short bike ride with my dad doing some cross training for Pelotonia, and largely considering today rest day, but got to get some miles in on the bike or else it's going to be a long 50 miles. Really just making sure I've got time in the saddle is what I'm focused on here. I don't need a sore butt. So nice easy miles this morning. Like I said, 12 took us a little under an hour to knock off. just over 13 miles this morning to wrap up the week. Ran with the Columbus running group down on the Olentangy Trail, and all easy miles. And yeah, legs felt really sore today. So I don't know if that was from biking yesterday or catching up on some of the stuff from lifting, but yeah, they felt really tight. They loosened up as we went and felt better, but great group to run with and great week of running. So we'll look to the next week where I think it's just back to workouts. And yeah, I think back to the Tuesday, Friday schedule for the most part. I think a fun one coming up on Tuesday that I'm looking forward to. So more on that to come. Yeah, and so for the week ahead, I'm getting back to my Tuesday and Friday workout schedule. I'll be doing an interval session on the track on Tuesday, and then a blended tempo and track session on Friday, which will be the 4th of July. Planning on running maybe not the same workout, but at least being able to do that with a friend. And overall keeping mileage on the lower end of what I've been doing this year, again, just to kind of keep legs fresh for the CRC Mile Dash, which is going to be just a week from this Saturday. So excited about that. And then after we get through the Mile Dash, it's time to really focus in on the Columbus Marathon training block. And that's what I've been really excited for this year. And the rest of the training for the summer and fall is going to be focusing in on trying to get a really fast time there. I think trying to be realistic with expectations. Road to 237 is a multi-year journey here, I think. So while I'd love to do it this year, I don't know that the fitness is going to be there. We're going to look for, stepwise incremental progress here. So I think at this point, planning on a sub 245, but we'll see if the fitness is feeling really good and landing in a great spot. I don't think it's out of the question to look at a 237, but also realistically, going from a 257 last year to a 237, it's a pretty big jump. Granted, I think the 257 is artificially high, but still, it'll be a fun season, and I'm excited to see where the training takes us and how everything goes along. And thanks so much for joining, and as always, please let me know comments, feedback, questions. I'd love to help you out on your journey as well.